Good morning. It's very, very cold today in England. It's -4 where I am. Apparently it feels like -7. I have my gloves, hat, and I'm out here because it's going to be a beautiful sunrise. I wanted to show you, and I wanted to talk about important things. You're probably watching it on Saturday or Sunday, so I hope you're going to have a wonderful weekend. But let me show you quickly the coming sunrise. It's going to be beautiful. I think when we go down for another 10-15 minutes, it's going to be probably even nicer. But as previously, I'm going to turn the camera around. I'm going to be talking to you while walking and letting you watch beautiful countryside on this beautiful frosty morning, early morning. It's just before 7 o'clock, and actually it's not 7 o'clock. So there you go. Enjoy. Right, I have a topic I wanted to talk today. Something I've recently noticed. It's coming up more often. You know, as I often talk about the collapse of England and the West, which is undeniable. But there's another collapse happening, which probably is even bigger than that, and is the one happening in America. Now, I'll be talking about things I see from a distance, because obviously I'm not there. And I'll be very interested to hear from anyone who's in America, even in Canada. I have, I think a third of my audience is from there, so welcome everyone. I'd like to hear your opinion about what I'm going to say, how you seeing from actually there. You know, I have a family, actually my brother lives in America, so I have a little bit knowledge from him, and of course from the media, social media. But still, there's nothing like hearing it from you guys. So please do let me know if what I'm saying is correct in your opinion. Also, this is not going to be about financial collapse, not the typical collapse, the one we see in Europe. I see a different collapse, different type of collapse happening really now, and it's quite a new thing. And what I mean by that is, by the way, sorry if I have a running nose, but it's really freezing. We are not ready for this kind of temperatures in England. I'll try not to, but if you know, runny nose, you can hear me. Sorry. And by the way, look at the views. Countryside in the morning, what can be better? But I have only about 45 minutes, I need to go back because I have to take kids to school. Look at this view. Is it not beautiful? So, the type of collapse I've noticed recently is diminishing power of Trump, or influence of President Trump. And what it looks to me, collapse of MAGA. You know, Make America Great Again, MAGA, the initial force behind President Trump being re-elected, I think. But it's kind of, I think it's struggling a little bit. And the main reason for it, well, there are a few reasons. One of them is the recent, I think that was from day before yesterday, vote in the US Parliament about the files of this guy. I don't know if I can say his name on YouTube, the Stein. The American Parliament decided to actually bring out all the emails from there, and President Trump's stand on it was very divisive for his base, I think, for people who voted for him, because he was running his presidency, he was a candidate, and he was talking about actually this being part of one of his main things. He will look into it and deal with it, and he hasn't. And now we have all these Republicans being very reluctant to let the people know, right, what's going on in these files and these emails, which is obviously very suspicious. And people have very strong feelings about that. They want to know, because of course it should have been made public, really. But it's probably going to have a big impact, and it might be very dangerous for the country. But there are more things behind it here. I'll talk to you in a second about also Elon Musk. What I've noticed, there's something going on between them. Obviously, we've seen it. There was this famous beef between President Trump and Elon Musk, but I think it's not finished. And if you think they are buddies again, I think it's a theatre. They are not. But I'll go back to it in a second. But you see, when President Trump became a president, there was a period, well, it was a few months when he just got in so, like really all in, right? He shocked everyone, remember this. A tariff suddenly 100% or whatever. I still remember that. I think that was April this year still, sorry. He just shocked the whole world, right? And it just was this tough guy. Can you hear it? It's ice cracking under my wellies. He was, very tough, very decisive, immediately going after everyone. He was criticized by his own supporters because he was crushing allies and countries friendly to US, etc. But he's hang on, let me just show you you see these paddles? I'm going to walk through one of them here. Hang on. Ooh, there's still water under. So, these actions at the beginning, they've made sense, kind of. And I was impressed by seeing it. Everybody was. How fast Trump is moving, threatening everyone left and right, really, because they were threats. And it only worked for so long, but within the next few months, we've realized that the big players, which obviously Europe is not, Europe was the first one to just come on their knees, apologizing and whatever. But every serious country, even in Asia, South America, right, Brazil, I think, decided not to comply. They actually started fighting those tariffs and the whole attitude from President Trump. And as we move, ahead, Trump will actually realize, I think, and I've realized that he's not as effective. It was more like as a bluff. So I think he was actually bluffing his way in. It definitely worked at the beginning, right? Because nobody was prepared for it. Everybody was shocked. But then more and more people started realizing, hang on, he's just saying these things. He's actually not, he doesn't mean it. It's what we see with, threats against even Venezuela. There's a lot of tough talk from President Trump coming recently, or have been coming, right, since he was president. But unless you actually, follow and you bend to President Trump's demands, then you actually quickly realize it's more talking than actually doing. And one of the good examples of it is how President Trump recently had to, ease or remove some of his tariffs because he's realized the other country is not going to stop, it's not going to bend over, and it was hurting his own voters, his own country, right, with inflation, increasing prices. And from what I see, there is a lot of suffering in America, similar to the UK and the Europe, because the cost of living crisis is unbearable to many people, right? Really, you've had on top of it the government closed for month and a half, and there was something about this food stamps. 40 million people were not allowed. Forget about the reasons for food stamps, if you like it or not. It's just, I'm talking about the sentiment of the country, and this is what is driving governments in the West, right? Comparing to Russia and the Chinese, they don't have to worry about this as much. Excuse me. So as he started actually, rolling back some of those tariffs, all these threats, nothing happened. People started actually losing faith, and of course the other side, Democrats or his political opponents, they are not going to be sitting on their bums doing nothing, right? They just see it. They see it as a weakness. So they think it's time to, counter-attack, and that's what they're doing. So going back to what I was saying about Elon Musk, the famous beef, but for some time after, many people thought, including myself, that's going to be okay now. But I realised now, recently I've seen Elon Musk being a bit, there's something between them two that I don't think they forgot about each, the insults they both did to each other. Excuse me, they're playing the game, they're playing the ball, trying to keep civil, and it's politics and business, so you have to keep your emotions in control. But I think it's going to be there's a bad energy between them too. And to be fair, I think if you look at Trump, he's losing his support from his own MAGA people over the Stein files and cost of living crisis, inflation, which he did not manage to put under control, including, he's building this ballroom, which I think overall is a good idea, but maybe not now, or maybe not to be, screaming about this right now while people can't afford food. You're building a gold covered ballroom in the White House. It's probably pissing many people off. With all of this, I think he's losing his influence big time. And on the other hand, Elon Musk has got a huge influence. He never lost any. He's a cunning guy. He's a snake. Although I like him as a businessman, I don't know if as a person, as a human. But anyway, this is my friend's yard. I like to come here with my kids. They like to play around. Not allowed in the machinery, but this is our place. We come here often. So Elon Musk never lost his influence, and don't make no mistake. He's not the type of guy who's going to be a MAGA. I don't think he likes MAGA, and I'll tell you why in a second. Because there's another part of the another layer to all these problems which I see brewing around Donald Trump, which are against what Elon Musk needs. Not even wants, needs. He's a business guy. He needs things, he gets it done. He will walk over people, no question asked if that's what he needs. That's my opinion, of course. So the thing on top of it is the H-1B, I think, visa, right? The visa in America, which is supposed to be granted for, look at this, very nice. Sun is coming up, soon is going to be a sunrise. I think we've got another 10 minutes. So that visa is supposed to be, as you know, attract young talent or just talent from other countries, right? And the system has been abused, as always. It's always like this. If the system can be abused, it will be abused. If there can be corruption, there will be corruption. It's just 100% chance. So that system was abused by companies which basically were replacing Native Americans with foreigners, right? With immigrants coming from cheaper countries. Oh, another one. That was pheasants. So yeah, they were replacing Native American workers with immigrants for two reasons. One, because they're cheaper, and two, and this is something which divides Trump between his MAGA supporters and him, because Americans apparently, and let me know if you're an American, if you are there, let me know, because I have my opinion. I'll tell you in a second, but let me know what you think. Oh, another pheasant. Apparently Americans are not skilled enough to perform this high-tech AI robotic jobs. You see, my take on it is, yeah, pretty much that's what we see here in Europe as well. It's bad to hear. I don't think many people would not like to hear it, but I think the last 5 decades proved to be rather destructive for the work ethic and experience. I'm not saying about everyone. I'm not saying H-1B visa should be the way it is. No, it should not. But there is merit to it. There is something to it. And if you look at Asian countries, they're just crushing. We're not. And when it comes to work ethic, they work 7 days a week, 12 hours. And it doesn't matter if it's good or not. I'm not talking about, human rights, pension and all of it and happiness. That era is over. So this is big division. There's a big division between Trump and his MAGA supporters around this visa issues. Excuse me. So Elon Musk, obviously he's in favor of it, as he's saying that we as Americans, they need top talent there from other countries, otherwise they will lose the AI race. Whether MAGA people think, no, we don't, we just need to retrain our American citizens. Where is the truth? Probably as usual, always somewhere in between, somewhere in the middle. But let me know if you're in America, what's your opinion on this? So all these things weakening President Trump significantly. And what I see now is President Trump, this, what to say, what's the word? The influence is actually fading away. I think he was expecting President of Venezuela, whatever his name is, Maduro, to give up, to surrender, or to be given, surrendered by his loyal generals. This didn't happen. He was, trying to play half-ball with China. That didn't happen. Now he's telling openly that they need to bring more immigrants to America, otherwise the system will not survive. So that is going a little bit against what he was promising in his campaign, right? Doesn't matter if it's true or not, if it's correct approach. It's, politics is an emotional game, especially in the West. And it looks to me like Elon Musk and President Trump will clash, at some point. And if I had to bet my money, I would probably bet my money on Elon Musk. And it's not because I like him more or less. I think he's more likely to actually continue keeping his influence alive versus the other, President Trump. I'm getting close to a gate. I'm going to have to jump over that gate. Hopefully I'm not going to fall down. It's very frosty. Oh, look at the birds. We're walking towards a village. I want to have as a quick walk around the village. I'm going to show you a few nice buildings there, and then I'm going to have to go back home. We can't still hear birds. Oh, a little bit. Thank you, birdie. I just confirmed. Oh, I'm here. So I feel like America is in very hang on, let me just jump over that fence. Whoop. There we go. America is in very particular situation now where it's quite a dangerous place, I think, because with all the unstable markets, BRICS countries, pushing harder and harder, all these threats and blackmail did not really work. And then you have the domestic problems and the division within their own ranks and supporters. And you have also, this guy who won, he's a mayor of New York, like a super communist guy. That is not looking very promising, right? I often think, I'm talking about this because it's obviously, depending on which way it's all going to go, it's going to affect everything, every other country, all other countries, particularly in West, in Europe and England. So I am paying close attention to what's happening there. But I'm often thinking, what would actually happen if Trump loses? Would he actually end up in jail? I think he would. I think they would go after him way harder than before. So, hang on. So I think it's kind of fight for survival for him. We're going down towards this village. I don't know if you see. The sun is almost up. A few more minutes. Hang on, let me see what time it is. 7:32. So the sun should be up pretty much now. I think if we are a little bit higher, we'd already see sun. Right. Hang on, let me put my phone in the pocket. No, put a glove on, back on. It's very quiet, very crispy and fresh. It's really nice. And it's not, I mean, it's cold, but it's not that, you know, when it's like wet, cold, like chilly bone, it goes through your bones. Really, it's not like this. I like it when the temperature is below zero. It's just very crispy, fresh. If you got, you know, hot and cold and all, you'll be fine. I like weather like this. Ooh. Wait, that's me walking on the ice. So going back to the America, so I think, you know, it will affect all other countries. And I was thinking maybe that's why Keir Starmer is just trying to survive long enough to actually outlast Donald Trump, waiting for the Democrats to go back to power and then just carry on as before. I don't know, this is possible. I mean, everything is possible, I suppose, but I don't know how likely this is. I don't know. I hope the current government in the UK won't last until, when is the next election? 2029 or something, right? I hope it's going to be a disaster if they're going to stay that long. I don't think so, but it's possible. So this is my worry about the America changing its course. And because, you know, if Americans get really desperate, President Trump particularly, and his buddies, what options? They're going to have to do something fast, right? They won't have many options now. They can't wait. It's too late. It's way too late. So what they're going to do? Attack Venezuela? That's not going to help, is it? They're going to have to probably do it. I think, you know, the plan is to actually take control over sort of South America and, you know, divide the world. So Europe in the middle, whoever wants it, or whoever wins the conflicts will take some. But the Americans will keep both America, South and North and South. China will have influence over Asia, and maybe Russia in the forever war with Europe. That would make sort of sense. That would be bad for us, but it would make sense. But then if Trump decides to go ahead, I don't think he will. I don't know. Part of me thinks he won't go ahead because, you know, he's one of those, the feeling I have about Donald Trump, he's a tough guy until it comes to doing unpopular things. Now, in business, I'm sure he can do it, no problem. But when it comes to actually going to, you know, starting a conflict, he wants to avoid it at all costs. Which, on a human level, it's good. We don't need any more conflicts. But in politics, tough politics like this is probably not very advantageous, right? You're going to have to do what you said you're going to do. Otherwise, your threats, your blackmail becomes completely pointless because people see through. So the next time he says do it, otherwise he'll say yeah, whatever. And unless you're a very weak country with a weak government, weak leadership, you know, Europe, EU, you can do whatever you want, right? But if you're not, that's a bit harder. Don't know what he can do. I don't know. You got the AI bubble, right, growing. You have stocks doing pretty bad, apart from these AI things. You have people openly saying, like an Nvidia CEO, that Americans are going to lose the AI race. It's pretty desperate now position for Americans. If you're America, I really, really want to hear from you how you see it. And then on top of it, you've got all the crisis. Oh, we're going to go through this little gate ahead. That's again public path. Going to go through and then into the village, walk around a little bit, and then I go home. Was saying something. I wanted to go somewhere with my thoughts. But hang on, let me open up. Right, a little bit quiet now. Let's see, people probably maybe sleeping or something. Oh yeah, I know what I want to say. So on top of it, you have the public sentiment, which I don't think is very good. People are struggling financially. There is no clear path on how to reverse things, change things around, make them actually better. Similar to what we see in England, right? It's like, in England they're trying to tax people. Well done, good luck with that. And in America they're trying to tax countries. Well done, that's a good luck with that. It's not the way forward, I suppose. It works short term, as it was proven, right? As it proved with tariffs, it worked only short term. We're in the village. Not sure what's the way ahead, what's the way forward. Can Americans actually get out of it somehow? I don't think so. Not the easy way out. And for President Trump right now, it's going to be very tough. Tough call. What to do? Which way to go? All right, let's have a look a little bit around here. Watch the beautiful village. I'm going to go up here and then turn right into this hidden passage. Only locals know it. Right, the sun is coming up nicely. Oh, this is a beautiful house. You see that one there, the red one? I don't know who lives there. I always think about who lives in that house. It's really nice. Really nice. Right, now here, about 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we're going that one. It's very low. I actually need to bend. I would hit my head if I was standing upright. This is a secret passage, shortcut. I mean, you can walk that village around in like 10 minutes anyway, but you can still save 4 minutes if you walk here. But I love it, look at this, it's so nice. And yeah, of course, add on, oh, hello birdie. Oh no, that's a squirrel, can you see it? Oh, I don't know if you can see it. That was a squirrel. Oh, hello, he's following me. Actually, no, I'm following it. And of course, what is making it doesn't make it any easier is the drug problem in America, which I think we are still lucky in the UK. It's not as bad, right? All these zombie people on fentanyl. It's crazy when you see it. It's like zombie apocalypse. People are zombies. Just, these videos when they stay at work, like they do some work in the petrol station and they suddenly just they go into zombie mode. Everybody's looking at what's going on. That's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. Can't imagine happening. I mean, I can't imagine, but it probably will happen at some point, looking at how things are going. Right, we're nearly at the end. By a secret passage, that's the end. Oh, there's another squirrel, lots of squirrels. And one more thing about Trump, President Trump and Elon Musk. I think yesterday, or the day before, there was some gala in Mar-a-Lago or something, and they all were there. And Trump was a bit, oh, Elon, you're very lucky that you are here with me. Has he ever thanked me really for it? He was all saying it publicly, yeah? So it was a little bit, half serious, half joking. But I would say, it was a little bit stingy, right? And I think the reason he said that, because I think Elon Musk was facing a real serious trouble before Trump took office. He was, because Elon wasn't not bending over to Democrats. And I think they were going after him and his companies and X as well. There's a lots of shady deals, particularly with financing, with paying influencers going on, which I think is against some laws. But Elon apparently answered on his X that he would like to thank President Trump for all he has done to the country. And somebody was saying, oh, look at this, there's another church here, a beautiful church there. Road closed, that's typical English environment, right, view. We're gonna go down here. So Elon said that, and if you notice, he didn't say for what he is doing, he was thanking President Trump for what he has done. There's a difference in it, right? Little sublime, is it? Little differences, but make a big difference in the context and the jabs they're all throwing at each other. They're both throwing at each other. See that one, that crate, wooden crate on the right hand side. This is what I love about England and countryside. It was full of apples for like months. There's still some left, but I think they're probably bad apples. Oh, there's still some, was it? Pear. Oh no, what's this? Yeah, look, there's still some apples left. Just please help yourself. You can leave a pound or two if you want. My kids always come here, they always grab a couple of apples and then they eat on the way down here. Look at these beautiful buildings. And for all of you watching, I can guarantee you, not every single house is a native English person or family. I know, because I know some of you people living here. This is beautiful. I think that's a manor house or something. Again, I don't know who's living here. And if you look through that gate, I'm not going to go there, but if you look inside, look at it. It looks really nice. Hang on, I think that. I just want that for a thumbnail. Okay, that should be enough. I'll cut something out. Right, I think that is it for today. I hope you enjoyed this walk and the view and sunrise. And if you're just starting your day, have a lovely day. Have a great weekend. I'm in Manchester over the weekend, so I won't be able to record anything. That's why I'll post this video, I think on Saturday or Sunday. Look at these houses, so nice. And if you did like this video, please leave me a like. Consider subscribing to my channel. I'll be posting videos like this. I hope to post one a week on weekends. The ones, walking and talking. It's going to be just longer conversation, easy conversation, walking around Cotswolds, bit nature, bit maybe villages, depends how it goes. I don't expect as many views, but although there's lots of you, a few hundred people really liking it, so it's good enough for me to actually show it. So thank you for all your support and watching it. And yeah, if you're new to my channel, welcome. Subscribe to my channel, please. If you're not subscribing, support my channel and me. If you're an American or live in America or Canada, let me know what you think about my thoughts about what's going on there and the diminishing powers of President Trump and the division, and if there's a way out for them. Right, have a lovely day. Thank you, everyone. Cheers.